Hello, hello. Welcome to Crazy Games. We're back in Genshin Impact, and today I am going to play through this new story quest. The Crane returns on the wind. Archon quest Interlude chapter has been unlocked. As news of the Jade Chamber's reconstruction spreads, many merchants flock to Yujing Terrace. Ningguang's reward raises the curtains on the competition. Wait, what? There's a competition going on? Oh wait, no, as in her uh company competitions, her organizational competition. Okay. While dark undercurrents present a different sort of threat, will Liyue, now under human rule, withstand the coming tide? Will the one long separated from society find their place among people once more? And all will be revealed when the Jade Chamber rises once more. So yeah, go to the quest, we'll track it. Oh wait, is that a little different? Okay, the Crane returns on the wind. Interlude chapter Act 1. Interlude chapter, eh? Interesting. Jade Chamber rising. Go to Yujing Terrace to listen to Ningguang speech. I don't know why I like tongue twisted myself there. That was weird. Ningguang's speech. Liyue Harbor is all abuzz with the news of the Jade Chamber's rebuilding. Go to Yujing Terrace and ask Ningguang for the details. So yeah, I guess before I begin, I'm using Lumine, Ito, Goro, and Kokomi on the team. I think regularly I have Zhongli on the team instead for shields, and I kind of use Ito as the main DPS, and Goro being like the super support, defense boosting, and Geo damage boosting character he is. It kind of forces you to have a Geo team, and Kokomi and Geo, or Kokomi and Goro are like best friends, so that's why I have Kokomi as the healer. I switched Lumine back to Geo. She was Electro for the most part of our adventures in Inazuma, but I switched her back to Geo just so I can take more advantage of Goro's like elemental skill. And yeah, one thing I've decided to do is not put the story characters on my team anymore, because it did mess. I did find that it messed with the story flow a little bit when I have the story character on my team and they're also out on the field, so it just made it a little bit awkward. So now I'm just gonna use my own team, and at the very least still have Lumine on the team, since this is pretty much her story. So yeah, yeah, the only reason I was here is because I used that Satchula 7 to switch Lumine back to Geo. I haven't played Geo Lumine for a while, so it'll be interesting to see how her attacks are with these two different sets. I guess energy, or energy recharge for the Emblem of the Severed Fates and Blood Tainted with the physical damage, and she's holding a physical damage sword. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we ever get into any combat sections, which, from what I understand in the past, there really isn't as much combat sections to these story quests as there are dialogue sections. And yeah, let's go catch up with Ningguang. I think I killed her just now. Oops.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement.
Oh yeah, the game is also in English. I've been keeping that in English for the last few story things, and I'm just gonna keep it that way just to see how things go. And yeah, the game took control away from me when I was falling there, so I think Lumine might be dead when when we leave this little dialogue section.
Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Oh, I actually have not heard Ningguang's English voice before, because at the time when I was playing through a lot of the Liyue storylines, I had the language set to Japanese. And yeah, the Ningguang's English voice is really good too. The more I play through the game in English, the more I kind of feel ashamed that I've kind of reduced the English voice side of things and just like, I don't know, unfairly assumed that the Japanese ones were better than English ones, but no, the English ones has been pretty good so far. It's just a few standouts that are not as good, but then there is like a few standouts that are not as good in the Japanese ones too. Like Ito, I feel like the English Ito's voice, he's a lot more enthusiastic than the Japanese one, and I feel like that fits his character a little bit more. But yeah, let's continue.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Yes, I agree with that lady shaking her head. I've never heard of these things in my life.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Yes, I agree with Chang Gui there, Guai. Chang Guai? Gui? But yeah, are these all just like small business owners or whatever in this area? That's not part of like the Big Seven, the Qixing of Liyue, which Ningguang is a part of. It's interesting that they kind of brought as much diverse characters, NPC characters as they can. Seeing as how like you can see a lot of like repeats very often in the past. But yeah, these all look different.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself.
She makes it sound like it's a simple idea to grasp, but I still don't really understand.
Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question.
Oh boy.
You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but I have some business to do.
Okay, Hong Fei, what you got for us?
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Look at Paimon in the back there.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
Oh yeah.
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
I'm not exactly a businessman, but sure, I don't know. I guess elemental sights is all I need to find these things, right? Can I really ask you anything at all?
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Will you be my lawfully wedded wife? Her answer is like no. It's like, oh gosh, darn it, I was nice to you, okay? Maybe I can find out more about my brother, ...
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you
Gosh darn it, Paimon.
Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance.
Huh, interesting. I thought I heard that in this version, the lip syncing was being addressed. Maybe in a, I don't know. I still, the lip syncing is still not, it's still like kind of bugged for the dub, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe that was just a rumor. I was hoping that the lip syncing would be fixed sooner rather than later, so that like these scenes don't feel like super awkward when like the character's mouth isn't moving but they're somehow speaking. I don't know. Maybe that's just a little nitpicky and a little bit of a detail that just bugs me and not anyone else.
The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
That's a weird proposal, because what, I don't know, business usually do is ask a bunch of like consultant companies or whatever to make a proposal first, and then whoever has the best one, then the person directing it, I guess, or whatever, would choose one company or maybe like one or two companies to do whatever jobs that needs to be done. But like Ningguang here is asking multiple people to procure all these things. And maybe the Ningguang just knows that that's how much material she'll need, that everyone trying to procure the same amount of material she'll need. But in this case, like, what happens if we, like Lumine and Paimon, procure all the things she needs, and then just the very next day, some other person procures all the things she needs. Now she has double the the materials and stuff. Or I guess the specific material she's asking for here today, she'll have double of. And what does she do then? Does she still like have to pay the other person for their work, or can she just go like, oh, you're too late, you're gonna have to deal with the materials that you worked so hard to find for me yourself now. It's part of your inventory, I don't care. go leave me alone. Yeah, I don't know if I've explained myself properly, but I don't know, it just seems a little bit weird for me that, or to me, that Ningguang is telling all these people to find things for her, but then also telling them that it's a race. But I guess the people procuring this stuff can make the decision like, oh, maybe it's not a sound business decisions to enter this race, and they just don't do it, and it's like the business owner's fault if they procure these in materials and end up not being like first one to present it to her. I don't know. This is a little bit weird to me. That's all. I guess that's all it sums up to.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going.
Okay, sounds good, Paimon.
First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh?
Who's that beautiful
Seems
lady?
like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Ooh.
Don't be like that.
Scar Lu.
Hey,
It's like
come on,
ScarJo.
Don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know, sometimes like because I already know who that character is through the character promotions and stuff, it does kind of ruin scenes like this, because I know she's like super powerful. She's like trained under what was it, Mountain Shaper or something? Or Moon Carver? I don't remember which adapted. The same one as Gan Yu. And we know she's like super powerful and she can handle these boys all by herself, and that she's all super awesome. But then if I didn't know that and I saw this scene, oh, the sun is rising. Anyway, if if I didn't know who that character was and I saw this scene, I'd be like, oh my goodness, would she need our help? But I guess I don't know. You see the vision on her back or on her hair, then we could kind of assume that she's not gonna be a pushover. What are they gonna do to her? The crane returns on the wind. Interlude chapter act 1. Oh yeah.
Hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Okay, Paimon, that sounds good. Yeah, Lumi totally died there.
Hold the line.
But luckily I have Sangonomiya Kokomi on the team, which can heal party members outside of combat. Alright, let's go check out what those weirdos were up to. And what Auntie Shenhe is gonna do to them if they start trouble. So, in the past, I guess it's kind of an aside, but in the past I've criticized this this thing where it like possibly can push people up. And I thought that was kind of annoying because once you use it, you can't attack them, and there's no like jump attacks. And I've kind of like said that I didn't like that, but recently because like for example, Ito, I can't really activate his like charge attack with the whatever Arashi thing, but he can actually slash high enough. And also one combination that I didn't know was that you can just put this up, and then the AI for like those bigger characters just gets kind of stuck walking on here. They don't know how to get off. Then you can switch to just like a catalyst character, and hopefully like the tracking on it still works, because sometimes like the tracking on these attacks still won't like track like vertically, only like horizontally on the same plane. But yeah, or you can just like switch to a bow character and just like headshot them while they're like confused about where to go while they're standing on here. So yeah, it was really the case that I didn't really know what I was doing with these things. But I think the one point that I had in the past that was still fair is that there's no way to destroy these. I think if there was an implementation of a way to actually create or destroy them, and if you like destroy them, maybe they'll just like explode and do more damage or whatever. And I think that still would be a good quality of life to Geo Traveler, since I don't know, sometimes when you're doing puzzles and stuff and you slightly, I don't know, you spawn this thing on the wrong plane, it actually doesn't trigger like the plate. It'll be nice, I can just be like, oh, I want to destroy it and create another one instead of now I'm gonna have to wait till it despawns before I can try again, which is a little annoying. But yeah.
They're not here.
Neighborhood.
Let's keep looking.
Yeah, let's continue. I don't know, it's been a while since I've recorded myself play this game, so there's been a lot of things that's been knocking around in my brain and stuff that I like to talk about. So there's all these asides.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
Scarlu.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
Chang
So
the
what?
Brave.
She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
She's got beautiful eyes.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you.
Get it? Get it? She's got beautiful eyes. Ice. She's a cryo user. She's got beautiful. Yeah.
It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
She's getting shaken down right now.
Excuses.
Give us your lunch money.
I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Liyue Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then seen you at kiosk.
That's a waste of
Then
food.
wanted me in restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not
Listen to
right.
Chang the Brave.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us,
Oh, it's the
all
police.
the better.
There
We'll
they
sell her
are.
for everything she's worth.
They're trying to intimidate people into doing business.
Oh, you again.
Oh, Jang, Millilith.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this?
Yeah. What you gonna do,
mind
huh?
Your own business. I swear.
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians?
We're far
You're
from
coming with
innocent.
us.
We have a Paimon.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
The Millilith takes away the hooligans who are surrounding the young lady with white hair. I could read that entire thing. They timed the black screen there really well. Are you alright?
Shenhe,
Oh.
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, nice to meet you, Shinha.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is... well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
No, she doesn't say, like, my name. Oh, yeah, I guess it could be different for everyone. But yeah, there's one thing about this, like, entire game is that I wonder when they'll ever go into, like, Paimon's past. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to. And it has just never been a thing. It's always, Paimon has always just been in the butt end of the joke. And I guess she's also, like, the super adorable floaty thing that follows around. But she doesn't really have a lot of, like, backstory to her aside from us, like, fishing her out of a pond. And saving her from drowning, and that's about it. I wonder if they'll ever go into Paimon a little bit more, because I'd be interested to see why there's, like, so far we've only met one Paimon, one little floating fairy child thing, whereas we met multiple Adeptus, we met Onis, we met Tengus, we've met Archons, we met all these different things, and Adeptus. Did I say Adeptus? Yeah, we met. My point is, we met all these things, but we never met another Paimon. So what's up with that? So I really hope at some point we get to, like, dive deeper into Paimon, and I feel like in one of the past event stories with which one was it? I don't remember exactly which one was it, but Paimon, like, said something about how she would, like, travel with us forever, and it kind of, like, the whole tone of that whole dialogue exchange kind of implied that Paimon might not actually travel with us forever, where it's just like they're poking at that, like, story thread where it's like, oh, she's always going to be around, she loves us, she's our best friend, and she'll always travel with us. And then we asked her, like, something really serious, like, oh, will you ever leave me or whatever, and then she's just like, oh no, we'll travel all the time or something like that. It was, like, pretty weird. So maybe they're starting to set up more things to do with Paimon, hopefully.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
This is Liyue Harbor. It's so funny to hear English-speaking people try to pronounce, like, Chinese sounding names. From what I understand, it's pronounced Liyue instead of Liy and then Ue as, like, the other syllable. It's Li is one syllable and Yue is the other syllable. So it's Liyue. But I don't know, I could be wrong.
Laws.
Have you not heard of the law, Shenhe? What, you live in under a rock?
No, apparently not.
Really? So, how exactly have you...
What? We just get interrupted by how hungry she is? What's that? What was that noise?
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
But the two creepy people said that you keep buying feasts and feasts of food, but only taking small bites. What's up with that?
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish.
That's what I just said.
Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Those are medicinal herbs, ...
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
That's not true. People who fast.
Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an Adeptus, that would explain everything. Where does she fit in with the other Adepti, though? Paimon's super curious.
Oh, okay, Paimon. They seem to pronounce Liyue instead of like Yue sound. It's like a W, Liyue. So that's kind of the weird thing when I hear it. To me, that is. It's weird to me. Maybe it's not weird to other people. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I
yeah.
do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
I was kind of hoping it would be Chi-Chi, but Herbalist Gui would do, I guess.
She's really eating them.
To everyone's astonishment, Shenhe polished off all the medicinal herbs.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you.
How did they taste?
Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
No?
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an Adeptus.
She doesn't have Adeptus horns, though.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
We welcome you to our
Then
team.
let's not delay. I have a plan.
You have a plan? Very nice.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us.
We must
we alone shall become
fix
the victors.
the competition, if you know what I mean.
That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plostrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baishu? What are you doing out here?
He's teasing us and continuously reminding us that the element of Dendro exists, but we're not allowed to use it. We don't have access to it. That's his purpose, pretty much, Paimon. And also, I don't know, Shenhe's plan here, Shenhe's plan sounds pretty good too. I don't know.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed.
Ooh.
As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Oh, would that be Xingqiu then?
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
There's been a bit of like weird pauses with the
You're
autoplay.
quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Okay, sounds good, Baisu. We'll see you later. Jade Chamber Rising. Quest complete. New quest. Sea Gaze Sunset. So does this change? Yeah, I guess it did change. I guess this is actually a good spot to end it. It's a good half an hour. I hope you enjoyed. We got a little bit of an introduction to Ningguang trying to rebuild the Jade Chambers, and a little bit of an introduction to Shenhe, who's I'm guessing is her personality. That's why her lines seem so like, I don't know how to explain it. So dry the way she speaks, but I don't know. Her character design is really cool, and I like that. And it's kind of cool to see Baisu again back in the story, teasing us about this Dendro vision, Dendro element constantly. Like, look, it exists. You know, you got something to look forward to. This thing is right here. There's gonna be more Dendro characters in the future. Look forward to it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. Subscribe for more, and goodbye.